Although weather conditions have cleared here in Charlotte, the impacts of Saturday night's winter storm on the roadways is the focus today. It looks like we've gotten about 3 to 4 inches of snow in the last 12 hours. The mayor is encouraging people to stop by and grab a plate, water, or anything else they may need. Conversations really centered around Charlotte's area transit system and a path toward improving safety conditions in Mecklenburg County. The law overhauls several key areas of the criminal justice system. The most notable changes went into effect on December 1st. Under these new federal guidelines, facilities not compliant with those standards will now have the extended deadline of 2031 to do so. 2 of the 12 plaintiffs in this case gave emotional testimonies about the real-life challenges they say NC State's lack of transparency has caused them and their families. She's not taking her 6% lead in the primary for granted. With the November general election now just a week away, she's out talking with voters on her plans to move Greensboro forward. On the issues of the economy and immigration, do you feel that she is making her case to those independent and moderate voters that will be critical in this election? President Donald Trump spoke for a little over an hour Friday night. During his remarks, he highlighted November's most recent inflation report, saying the economy was doing better than people expected. Thousands of federal workers have been laid off or given immediate terminations as part of President Donald Trump's plans to cut spending and downsize the federal government. Chatham County officials are encouraging people to avoid driving unless it's necessary. This facility, Nash Correctional Institution, was among more than 20 prisons across the state to house those inmates displaced by Hurricane Helene. That switched the State Board of Elections and North Carolina's 100 local election boards from Democratic majorities to Republican control.
How has it been for mom and dad to be able to see their daughter on TV again here?
I'm going to be honest with you, Tim. We've sent out invitations for everyone in my family so that way they can tune into tonight's show. They're so excited.
We held off hoping that we could reach a discussion, but it never happened. So we are here now and enforcing their constitutional rights.
Poll Hall opened in 1971, servicing faculty and students primarily in psychology and education. In 2009, the EPA issued guidance for the university to test for PCBs in the building's foundational structures and indoor air, but NC State did not test the building at that time. The lawsuit alleges the university continued multiple small and large-scale renovations without PCB testing, possibly worsening conditions and increasing exposure. The lawsuit also alleges that its plaintiffs have all shared a breast cancer diagnosis.
So many women were in Poe Hall, hundreds that we are aware of with breast cancer and that all of us here represent.
According to the complaint of those 12 plaintiffs, 3 were women who have died from cancer caused by their exposure to these harmful chemicals.
I was poisoned by PCBs at extremely high levels.
Sandy Alford says she studied in Poe Hall for years to obtain her master's degree before being diagnosed with breast cancer in 2021.
Over the next several years, I had multiple respiratory infections, including pleurisy, bronchitis, and pneumonia. My doctor diagnosed me with asthma at 34 years old.
She said she wants to see the university take accountability. I did reach out to NC State University for comment. They said in a statement, responses to this legal action will be made through appropriate legal channels. Separately, NC State will continue to pursue accountability against Monsanto for damages from the PCBs it manufactured and furnished to construct Poe Hall. NC State will move forward with planning for remediation of the education building in order to get students, faculty, and staff back to learning in an appropriate education environment in the heart of campus. Attorneys representing the plaintiffs in this case say they are now working with more than 600 clients who either worked or studied in Poe Hall and claim they later experienced health issues. They say this lawsuit will likely be the first of many. In Raleigh, Darrielle, Spectrum News 1. October's municipal primary elections narrowed the field of candidates for Greensboro mayor to just 2 contenders, Mayor Pro Tem Mary Kay Abuzawader and former Greensboro Mayor Robbie Perkins. Abuzawader earned nearly 40% of the vote and Perkins 33%, but the voters will decide on November 4th which candidate they feel appeals most to their vision for the city.
We have not had this amount of economic development in decades. And we need someone who has the institutional knowledge to guide an almost new city council. Mary Kay, I hope you'll vote for me.
Abuzawader served as an at-large city council member since 2011 and became the city's mayor pro tem in January 2025. Abuzawader says her priorities, if elected, will be to continue improving public safety in the city and lowering crime rates.
That's the way to reduce crime, is to come to the community. They know their police officer, they know who to call, they know what to do, and we do education out in the community.
On the issue of affordable housing, she says the city has dedicated 8 permanent supportive housing units to disadvantaged families. She also plans to expand workforce housing.
And that means that the rents are going to be $435 a month to $835 a month.
Abuzawader says she's had boots on the ground in the Greensboro community for nearly 22 years, making her accessible to the people's needs.
I've been in all the meetings for economic development. I've been in all the meetings for public safety, community safety, Parks and Rec, all of those things. Human rights. Thank you for voting.
And if elected, her transition from mayor pro tem to mayor of Greensboro could be seamless.
We are on the cusp of making Greensboro the safest city in North Carolina. And I want to continue that and do that.
Somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long, and we won't be silent anymore.
Spring Green Church of Christ, housed in the historical community of Plymouth, a Civil War era landmark. Its residents now more than 60 years later, facing a decades-long battle for fair representation protected under the 1965 Voting Rights Act.
It's not fair.
Right is right, wrong is wrong.
Racism, surgical precision racism, when you're silencing the voices of the Black belt.
Faith leaders and community members across eastern North Carolina gathering at the church in protest of the newly redrawn congressional maps and how they are set to change their districts. In October, North Carolina Republicans voted to approve maps to increase their chances of gaining an additional seat in the U.S. House, redrawing districts 1 and 3 to help President Donald Trump maintain GOP control of the House after next year's midterm election. Senate Leader Phil Berger arguing the maps were drafted for a partisan advantage, not motivated by race.
The redrawing of District 1 was done based on political calculation and a determination that that district could be redrawn for a Republican to have a better chance of winning.
If you take a look at the map, Lenoir, Wilson, and Wayne counties have moved to District 3, all densely populated with black voters and falling just below the Black Belt. The Black Belt is used to reference the northeastern part of the state. Emma Marshall, a research analyst at UNC Carolina Demography, says historically the area is known for its high population of descendants of enslaved people.
Congressional District 1 includes several of the oldest black communities in the United States.
Halifax, Washington, and other counties within the Black Belt were established through slavery. District 1 has continued to elect a black representative in each election since 1992, when former Congresswoman Eva Clayton became the first black candidate to win a North Carolina seat in nearly a century.
If you look at a map of the census data from 1890 and look at the top cotton-producing counties in North Carolina and compare that map to the civilian voting age population from 2024, you see a huge overlap in District 1, which underscores this area's deep generational black presence in history.